Welcome back, everyone, to Crusader Kings 3 as we are in the early stages of creating a new German empire. And if you have not seen the first two episodes of this series, as always, there's a link in the description that will take you back to the beginning. I am 52-year-old Duke Christoph of Augsburg. We have played through about 30 or so years of this game so far, and we've got a long, long way to go. It is now the year 901 AD. Let's see what happens in today's episode. There was a commotion among the children today. Ida was attempting to preach among her fellow youngsters, interesting, and became the target of a small fight. Friedrich was furious that anyone could target someone attempting to speak on behalf of God. You serve the divine well, child. All right, so she's going to be zealous. So speaking of, let's talk about our children for just a second. That's one of my grandchildren. Matthias, my heir and son, is 29 years old. My second son, Lothar, is 28. And of course, he is an heir to a couple of the counties because those get split up after my death, and we don't have the ability to change that right now. Bertrada, my daughter, is 16. She is betrothed to Count Gilbert of Nancy. Then we have Friedrich, my 9-year-old son, and Anna, 7 years old, and Sophia, who is her twin sister, also 7. Let's take a look real quick at the family tree. Because as things still stand, I have 4 granddaughters, no grandsons. Hopefully that changes at some point. We need Matthias to have a son somewhere along the way. All right, my rival, Count Sigismund of Ingolstadt, 61 years old, has died. Interesting, because we were currently working on a claim on his throne. So I guess now we'll be claiming his son's throne. I believe that's his son. Yes, it is. So we're going after him now. So my wife's current lover is Count Rudolph of Guinness. Right, let's take a look at this guy. He doesn't have a wife of his own, so he's 59 years old. Dang, woman. She's 48. I guess ain't much of a difference. We're going to have a little talk with him, I think. The outrage. What do we want to do about this? Where's his county? Is it one of my counties? No, he's all the way the heck over here. How is she having an affair with a guy that's all the way up on the coast over around Calais? Interesting. All right, well, whatever, woman. Do what you want. All right, let's look within one of our counties here. This is Kempton. Look at some new buildings. We could build farm and fields. We haven't done that there yet, so let's go ahead and do that. Just always building up that infrastructure and making that income go up. The peasants of the county of München are in a good mood. The harvest is bountiful, the roads are safe, and the village elders are telling nonsensical stories of cows producing honey-laden milk and geese laying golden eggs. The peasants are praising me for their fortune and have sent a delegation carrying gifts. I'm going to reinvest. Let's do that. I was afraid this was going to turn out to be true. My son Friedrich is not my true child. Now, the good news is he's my 3rd son, so that's not a huge deal. But he's actually the biological son of Count Rudolph. Boy, I need time to think. I guess we're going to have to make decisions about this later. And this is why you don't marry people who have the lustful trait. That's something I'll have to remember in the future. While out on a leisurely stroll, the cry of a particular merchant stands out from the regular hustle and bustle. Greetings, my lord. I have an exquisite assortment of wares, if my lord has the coin. All right. I don't know if any of this is really worth it, but... So it looks like I got a new little artifact. Let's go ahead and take a look at my inventory for a minute. A masterwork trinket embellishment Myrmichelone figurine. It's got 74 years of life left in it. So what can I do with such a trinket? Monthly learning lifestyle experience +5. All right. Available Dynasty Legacy for the first time. All right, there's a bunch of these now. We've got customs, language scholars, so you can learn language scheme power +20%, warfare, prowess +2, knight effectiveness +15. I like that. Law, guile, blood. Chance of inheriting good congenital traits is plus 30%. That's not a bad idea. Glory, marriage acceptance plus 30. Bounteous loins. You know what? I think I'm going to go with House of Warriors. All right, and for 69 gold, we can press our claim on Ingolstadt, which we now have. That's up here. So, young man, you're going to pay for the sins of your father now. We're going to press our claim and go to war. I don't need to call any allies. I can handle this one. I've got a pretty decent army myself, so there's really no chance of anything going wrong with this. Slow things down a little bit. Yeah, 2,000 against 620. I was shocked when I caught Friedrich trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Count Guntbald. You mean my son that isn't my son? Be honest. I gained some stress because of that, but not a huge deal. My son Lothar wounded Arnold, whoever Arnold is. Oh, the enemy commander. He wounded the enemy commander in combat. Yeah, my second son is still a knight, so he's still in combat. And since I had 3 sons, I didn't pull him out of there. Boy, this guy, Dietmar, had 23 kills. Fantastic. All right, we seized an animal figurine after the siege of Ingolstadt. That's cool. Let's enforce demands. That's another county gobbled up. I want to take a look at what prisoners I have right now. Alright, I destroyed my pikeman unit in favor of... I'm going to get some siege equipment going on here. So let's go ahead and create that. And I think we can raise that at least to level 2 for now. And then eventually 3. Alright, betrothed can marry. Count Gilbert can marry my daughter, Bertrada, who's 19 years old now. Of the Carling dynasty. Alright, so in order to increase my crown authority, which is something I eventually am going to want to be able to do, the Bavarian culture has to have the plenary assemblies innovation, which I do not have. And right now, we're about 338 years away from having. So if we change our focus to that, it'll only take about 41 years to get there. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And I guess for now, that's all we're going to do. I'm also thinking about the possibility of changes to the law. And there's a law in particular that I'm thinking about, which is the one that will allow me to change the way succession works. That's not there. So it's down here in the Duchy of Augsburg. I can add a law to the duchy, and it's called feudal elective. Vassals swearing title allegiance opinion plus 10. The ruler and all direct de jure vassals 1 or 2 ranks below the title can nominate a title heir from among themselves and the close family of the ruler. I need 1,500 prestige to do that, and we're super close to that. So if we hit it in the next, 4 or 5 months, we can actually add that law. Hopefully I don't die in that time. All right, there we go. Now we can add this law. Now title succession will be inherited according to the Duchy of Augsburg male preference feudal elective law. So let's view the election. And of course, this is who I want to actually take those titles when the time comes. So we're going to nominate him as my successor. We can see so far that Count Guntbald is nominating my steward, and Count Eberhard is nominating my 3rd son. Yeah, that is not going to happen. I'm not sure why it won't let me pick a candidate at the moment. There we go. I cast my vote for Matthias. And of course, now we're going to watch and see what happens as everyone starts voting. Interesting that so far everybody's tied. So that's the one thing we have to worry about, of course. Okay, so everybody's voting for him now. They all went with the guy that I chose. Interesting. My wife is once again absent from our chambers. Oh my gosh, another. She's genuinely upset, as if there isn't a ton of evidence that she's been doing this. Let's see. Chains of loyalty. Let's do that. We've got a decent amount of money again, so I want to think about what I might do with said money. We still can't construct new holdings. I know there's a reason for that. A temple must first be constructed. We need 15 more to be able to do that. All right. If it is a pond for carps you are interested in, I can build you a terrific one, my lord. I don't want to do anything that's going to cost me money right now, because I'm trying to save up for a temple. Oh, I got to have the city planning innovation. All these innovations, man, I tell you. What's going on here, Matthias? I'll respect his privacy. He's going to be my heir soon. He brings me a neatly wrapped gift decorated with colorful ribbons. I wanted to surprise you. I had it custom made. Awesome. 60 gold. Hey, that's a nice gift. I like that. Friedrich has come of age. What are we going to do with him? He's the one that isn't even really my child. Kind of a weird looking dude, too. He's an albino. Let's find him a spouse. How about this French girl here? Yeah, that works. Let's take a look at her. She's sadistic. Lovely. Forgiving. I don't know how sadistic and forgiving. That's interesting. She's bossy. Yeah. You can deal with her. My 19-year-old granddaughter can now marry. Now, this is where it gets interesting because Matthias doesn't have any sons. So it's possible that her sons may have to inherit someday. I'm not sure where I want to go with this. The guy with the best skills seems like a good place to go, but I want it to be a matrilineal marriage, and he's certainly not going to accept that. It's going to be matrilineal, so we'll have to go with who we can. Some of all skills. Let's go with this dude here. Alright, cool. Not a great match as far as like rank goes, but it allows us to keep the line going through her. Alright, we're going to do some more building projects here. Plus 0.2 tax for only 85. That seems like a reasonable investment. We're not going to be able to construct any holdings for quite a while now. So let me look at some of my other territories that I have. What's he going to inherit? Augsburg, München. Let's look there. Oh yeah, we can do fields here. Farms and fields. Let's do that. Looking back now at the Duchy of Bavaria, which is the next duchy title we want to be able to create. We need 5 of the counties. We have 3. So we need to gather up among some of these others here. Let's take a look, and we're just kind of go in order, I guess. Rothenburg will probably be next. I was just looking to see if any of these guys might actually be willing to just accept my vassalage outright. None of them are going to do that. So we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, which is to go to our council, go to our bishop, and fabricate a claim. Let's look at our knights for a second. We don't have any really good knights at the moment. I think I'm going to forbid my son Lothar from being one, which really kind of gets us down to not much available. So a couple of things we're going to do here. first things first, we're going to go to our decision screen and... Oh, we can't invite any knights. Oh, we don't have enough prestige because I spent it all on adding that law. Most of the commoners living in the county of Burgau are of Swabian descent. Proud of their traditions, it does not sit well with them that they must serve a foreigner like myself. Yeah, we're going to teach them the superiority of the Bavarian culture. There we go. So we're working on slowly changing the culture of all of these things to Bavarian. In fact, let me take a look real quick at the culture. All right. We've completed our claim here. Okay, so you can see now that most of my realm is Bavarian. We've got a little bit of Swabian down here in the corner. But we're gonna... This is the area that we're working on. We want to create the Kingdom of Bavaria, and that's what we're going to use then to kind of grow into Germany eventually. All right, so... Oh, wait. Let's look for that. Look at that again for a second. Yeah. Very little left just down here in the corner, so I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay, so this is another problem, which is that because I spent all of that prestige, I don't have enough to go declaring a war. It'll cost me a huge fame penalty if I do that. Which I guess, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. So let's do this. Let's quickly do something that's going to add to our prestige. Calling a hunt? Yeah, let's do that. We've got the money. I've got a nice income of 9 right now. So we're going to call a hunt that's going to... These are events that will help build your prestige. The head will look nice on my trophy wall. Oh, there's an artifact claim war. Interesting. I guess I got to do it. There, I gained 150 prestige. Excellent news. Now we can declare our war. Forget that other one. Although I guess with the army raised, we may as well go and help him too. But let's deal with our own problems first here. And then we'll see where that other war sits. I'm going to get to use my siege weapons for the first time. Once I defeat this army. I still don't have very good knights. I'm going to have to work on that. But not an issue at the moment. Let's take a look at the details. Yeah, okay, Siegfried. I wonder if we can get him on our side. That would be nice. Recruit. There we go. Join me, Siegfried. Better than any knights I got right now. My wife has drawn her last breath. Not one day too soon. Bye-bye. The artifact claim war invalidated. Why? Interesting. Whoever had the claim must have died or something. I'm passing through the castle gardens for a morning walk when a soft breeze carries the voices of Flora, my court physician, and Siegfried, one of my knights. They're talking about Mayor Kuniza of Memmingen, my vassal. If I could only get a bit closer. I'm not going to worry about it. Sophia, my daughter, has come of age. We'll get her married off. And Anna, my twins. Let's deal with this first, though. There it is. Alright, we've got a bunch of things to deal with here. But first things first, of course, is gobbling up this new title. We now have 7 of the 9 that I can control. Let's disband the army. Positions of power. Counselor opinions plus 20. Excellent. I am not married. Oh, yeah. I guess, I mean, I could get married. I'm 61 years old. There's probably not a lot to be gained except for an alliance, which I haven't really needed the alliances so far. I'm more concerned about marrying off my kids. Friedrich's got a sweet beard going on there now. Good for him. He's also my chancellor. Anna, 16, needs to be married off. What's going to give us the most prestige gain? I guess it would be her prestige. An Irish leader. Oh, interesting. That might be fun. She gets 600 prestige for doing that. You know what, though? I mean, I need to think about marrying them to places that are going to benefit me long term. I need to be thinking of these marriages as investments. So this Irish, he's only a guest. I'm just looking to see if there's anybody of any rank that we can do a matrilineal marriage to. Mostly just mayors, it seems. Yeah, I don't know how much that really helps me. This guy's got some pretty good stats, though, but she loses prestige if we do that. But I would gain additional people into my house, which is kind of the main thing I'm after right now, is growing my house. So we're going to do that first. Sophia, my daughter, she looks rather sickly, doesn't she? I mean, she doesn't look particularly healthy. She's humble, zealous, honest. She's pretty... Yeah, she's ill. I thought so. All right, well, let's do the best we can for her here. Again, I'm going to go with by rank. Go with this Bavarian dude here. All right, another granddaughter ready to be married off, 16 years old. Again, we're going to go matrilineal here so we keep it in the house. I'm going to look for sum of all skills. Got a 63-year-old Sicilian. I don't know about that. How about by rank? Yeah, we're not going to get anything better than a mayor that way. But those cities would become part of our faction then, or our house. Why not? Let's marry her off to this 66-year-old dude. She's gonna love that. All right, we're still all voting for the proper candidate, which is good. Interesting. Vermin have infested several granaries in the county of Rothenburg, destroying the seed grains stored in them. With nothing to plant for next year's crops, the free tenants living there have come to me asking for aid. Oh, you know what? I have plenty of grain. If you become my serfs, my control level will increase by 25%, or by 25, which is what we're working on. We're working on county control in our recently acquired territory. All right, so here's where it gets interesting. I'm 63 years old. If I add a second duchy now, there's a good chance that the two duchies get split between Matthias and Lothar, and I don't want that to happen. So I may wait to gobble up that last territory and create the new duchy until after I die, and he takes... Oh! What? I spoke it into existence! No sooner have I been talking about it than Duke Christoph of Augsburg has given up the ghost at the age of 63. I will continue now as Duke Matthias. Just like that. My new heir is actually my brother Count Lothar, because I don't have any sons. Interesting. So, and then my daughter Ida is able to remarry because apparently her husband died. She actually has a son, so at least we've got Ernst available to us now. He might actually be a good heir to have, Ernst Stillwagen. He's Catholic and Bavarian. That's good. So maybe we marry her off now. Oh, there's a duke. Oh, duke of a peasant revolt. Prince Joab of the populist uprising. A Byzantine count. Interesting. I think that's John in Greek. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I kind of like that idea. He won't do it for matrilineal, though. Oh, I don't know here. Oh, is he short? He's short. Alright, I'm going to think about this a little bit. Negotiate an alliance with Count Friedrich, my brother. Oh, wait, Friedrich is my heir. Yeah, okay, not cool. Oh, he's my heir to some of my other titles. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud with a lot of this stuff right now. So Friedrich is actually the heir to the Duchy of Augsburg right now, which I don't like that idea, especially since he's really not my blood brother. He's only a half-brother. Augsburg right now would go to Ida, my daughter. So first things first, I guess we need to nominate an heir, a successor. I don't like the idea of it going to my brother. I'd rather it goes to Theodora, my daughter. Theodorata. Ida's my eldest daughter. Theodorata's the younger one, and she's not married. I'd like it to actually go to her son Ernst, but I don't know if I can nominate him. I can, however, vote for Ida, my daughter, which is Ernst's mother, so then it could go from her down to him. So let's go ahead and put her next in line for succession. We've got a bunch of empty council positions. I need to choose a lifestyle. Marshal it is. That's what he's been working on. You know what? Let's finish the strategy focus so we can get him down to strategist. And then let's go to our council. Who do we have available to us here? It's a pretty good chancellor. Friedrich. He was my father's chancellor. Steward. Seems like the obvious choice there. Marshal. My brother Lothar. And Spymaster. These are all pretty good choices, actually. Alright, let's go ahead and fabricate one last claim so we can create that second duchy. Alright, who can we bring in by marrying off Ida? Let's go for somebody very skilled. This guy's not bad. Brave, honest, lustful. Yeah, well. Seems to be going around. Local sculptor is looking for a benefactor. I've never heard of you. You don't look very talented. Okay. I've got a decent amount of income or of money right now. Not a lot of income because I lost some of those counties when everything got divided. Ah, boy. We can't upgrade the farms and fields. We don't have the ability to do that yet. Oh, we can upgrade this one. Let's do that. Well then, someone's scheming to plot a plot against my daughter Ida, who of course I nominated as my heir. I would imagine it's probably one of my relatives, probably a brother, who wants that title for himself. Seems to make a lot of sense. Now that we're getting into the second generation, we're going to start to see that kind of crap going on where everybody's scheming for the throne and everybody wants to kill everybody because they want to hold it for themselves. And we do have a faction, peasant rabble faction that's rising up, but I'm not too worried about that yet. This is all sorts of disturbing. I am heading for my chambers to enjoy some blessed sleep when I hear a faint rustle from a window. Just the wind, I think, until the wind starts to speak. Ida, open up my honeycomb. It is I, Lothar. I push the shutters open, and lo and behold, a man has climbed up to Ida's window. It is my brother and friend, Count Lothar. And my daughter. That is your niece, dude. That is your niece. That is not okay. Oh my gosh. So we've discovered mottes. So early castles were what was known as motte and bailey. So it was like a big hill with a castle on top. So we've discovered part of that. That's cool. So I guess that probably means we can build a motte and bailey castle now, perhaps. or upgrade him to that. Okay, we're able to declare war now for the next title that we're after. And this will allow us to create that second duchy. So let's make it happen. Raise the army, which is a bit smaller than it was. Dang. He actually put up quite a fight. Wiped out a decent amount of my forces. But not enough for me to be too worried about. Siegfried, a commoner, was slain during the battle. Oh, that's why he had an ally that came in. I wondered why he had such a big force. They'll turn around and come back to fight me at some point. Let's look at the details real quick. I still need some better knights. We did kill one of his knights. Who killed him? Slain in battle by Onfroy de Vitre. This guy here. Nice job, my spy master. Beautifully done, sir. Alright, let's try and win this siege before he gets back with his army again. There it is. Enforce demands. Alright, now, the question is, of course, how much gold is it going to cost to be able to create this new duchy title of Bavaria? Oh, we've got enough. Let's do it. Beautiful. I have now 2 duchy titles. We're going to have to deal with the low county control in Geisenhausen as soon as we finish it here in this other territory. Where is that? Rothenburg. Well, this is a problem. The votes are just not there for Ida at the moment. I'm concerned about that. She's a woman, which is certainly hurting why no one else will vote for her. But I can't vote for her son, unfortunately, so that's a bit of a problem. I mean, I guess things could go to Friedrich and then from him back to my son. I don't know. Alright, so in order to create the Kingdom of Bavaria, which of course is our first kind of big goal that we have to have 22 of the counties, which we currently have 10 of them, plus 500 gold, which is not a huge deal. I think we also need to have at least 3 duchies in order to create a kind of a custom kingdom. Let's take a look at the requirements for that. I would need to be illustrious or above in terms of my fame level. Exalted among men, which we're certainly not there. We're established. Let's take a look how far we got to go for that. Level 3. So we're at established, then distinguished, then probably illustrious after that. Hold at least one of these 3 duchies or a realm size of 30 or more. So that actually would not be difficult. That'd certainly be easier to achieve than getting all the counties we need to create the Kingdom of Bavaria. We might just create our own kingdom. Neighbors can be vassalized. Now that we hold that second duchy title, we have the ability to vassalize people. Obviously, we'll have to offer low feudal obligations to make it happen. But that's certainly a price I'm willing to pay right now to add new vassals. Excellent. 3 new counties that are now under my... Oh, there's another one. Beautiful. We can declare some wars now, too. Let's finish increasing control here, and then we can work on controlling my newly acquired territory. We can ransom this girl. Or is that a boy? I think that was a boy. What wars can I declare and why? Chiefess Gertruda. What is the reason for such a war? Oh, it's a holy war for the duchy. All right, so she must control some of my territory. She's a chiefess, so she's Sloviansken and Czech. But she's not a Christian, which is why we can do a holy war to get after her. Unreformed Slavic faith. We consider them evil. They consider us evil. All right. So I don't think I want to go to war just yet. But now that I've got all this extra territory that we've kind of stretched out here, now we border them. Hohenberg, interesting. The Hohenzollern dynasty, of which Kaiser Wilhelm was a part. That was kind of their home base. I still haven't married off my daughter, Theodorata. Let's go ahead and do that. Prestige gain. Here's an Irish count. If we go matrilineal, that reduces the options quite a bit. But again, grows my house. So early on, that's kind of what I'm worried about, more than any territory or alliance gains that I might get. Speaking of the house, let's take a look at it real quick. We have 17 living members of our dynasty now. Let's go back up a generation to Duke Christoph, with whom it all started, and take a look at where we're at now. Interesting names we've got going on here. So Duke Christoph ended up with 9 grandchildren. We've got Eric Stillwagen over here. Interesting. So we've got some options. Eric and Arnold, I love it. Adalwin. So we had a lot of grandsons, but they were all through the women. All of my sons had nothing but daughters. That's crazy. We have no direct male lines past the first generation. That's nuts. And Bertrada is the only one who has children who are not of our house. So I think all of our hopes are going to rest with you, young Ernst. We'll see. Well, my daughter Ida has given birth to a daughter. Adela shall be her name. All right, so we could go after some of these titles here. First things first, though. How's our county control looking? Let's go to our council. I guess we don't have any issues with county control. Oh, we do. Yeah. All right. Let's start with that one that's right in the middle of our territory. Dangerous faction. They want to lower county control. Yeah, I don't think so. Czech-Slovakian populace want independence. So some of this territory we added is actually not even. I mean, is that what they are? They're Bavarian. They're Bavarian. I don't see what the problem is here. All these people are Bavarian so far. Okay, so actually, this area here that I have vassalized is actually a part of the Duchy of Bohemia. That's actually really good news, because that means we're on our way to being able to create that duchy. What do we need? We need 5 counties. We have 1. So we would need to gather up 4 of those duchy titles in order to be able to make that happen. Or 4 of those county titles. But then we'd be able to create a kingdom. It'd be a weird kingdom that's part German and part Bohemian, or part Bavarian and part Bohemian, but that's okay. They're going to have a decent-sized army, though. That's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about. Oh, yeah. If we call our ally, though, we'd be okay. Holy War for the Kingdom. I could do a holy war for the whole duchy? Well, then. It's not a bad idea. Now we're going to need to call some allies, or call the ally that we have. This is where I might actually have wanted to have some allies, but that's okay. Alright, let's slow things down. Let's look at the war and what we're facing. So, yeah, they only got 715 defenders. Alright, perfect. Okay, the battle commences. Seems to be going just fine. New martial perk available. Stalwart leader, I like that. How did that battle go? I don't know. I just really love looking at these details. Look at that. Ludwig killed 20. Onfroy, who's my son-in-law, he also killed 20. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. All right, here comes the Battle of Prague. We're going after their territory. Our knight Ludwig killed one of their knights. Excellent. We did take some casualties there, but nothing too terrible. 20 days to lay siege. Well, 20 days till our siege event, I should say. Here comes another army. Not a problem. Strategical impasse. Here we go. I am sitting around the map table with Count Arnulf and Count Emic, discussing our strategy. Let's do both. Here comes another army, which... Oh, that's our allied army finally showing up. Very cool. There it is. My brother Count Lothar is my new player heir. Why? What happened? Did somebody die when I wasn't paying attention? Just want to see what's going on here. I guess he must have just won the voting on that. So I want to see. Let's see. Lothar is the heir for Augsburg, but Ida is the heir for Bavaria. That's a problem, and we need to deal with it. We need to get a kingdom during my lifetime. I am 46 years old because those two duchies are going to split if I don't. Let's disband the army. Do I have the ability to create a kingdom? And what am I missing? All right, I need the fame up. I don't have the third duchy, but we're getting close. I think we're going to be able to do this. All right, we need to continue working on these other counties. Count Arnulf. I don't think that's what I want. I need something where it's going to be a holy war. That will allow me to have enough counties to be able to do this. Raise the army. Again. I should have set the gathering point as down here. Alright, this should go pretty quick. Alright, we're working toward illustrious now, so that's good. My daughter Ida has given birth to a son. Finally, a son. We're going to go Christoph after my father. Alright. We've got this one. Let's enforce the demands. We're going to have to disband the army for a little while. We're getting low on funds, and we're above our domain limit, so that means I'm going to have to give something off to somebody among my counties. Alright. Oh, look at all these grandchildren. Excellent. Alright. My grandson Ernst. What can we give him? One of these new counties that doesn't have a lot of income. Actually, Praha has nothing right now. Let's give him that. Chivalric Dominance is the new perk I'm going to have, which is going to give my knights a 75% bonus to effectiveness. That's fantastic. I love that. All right, we're going to wrap it up right there. My domain looks really weird at the moment, and I've obviously got some control issues because I'm expanding so rapidly and I can't keep up with dealing with the county control in those realms because we're still dealing with Geisenhausen right now. But we're trying to get this kingdom created before things go another generation and I end up dividing my duchies between two people, which is a disastrous scenario right now. I want to get everything under one kingdom so that kingdom at least will pass from one generation to the next. If you have any helpful tips, I have not played this game a ton, so some of you may have some hints and tips and helpful tidbits that I might need to be aware of, so let me know those things. And if you would hit that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. We'll be back soon with another episode. Thanks for watching.